Hello guys! Welcome sa ating z-knowledgeTV. Okay, so in this video, ang pag-aaralan natin is isang type ng differentiation formula na kung saan we discuss different differentiation which confined mainly to algebraic functions such as polynomials and rational fractions. So, ang isang halimbawa ng differentiation formula natin is yung derivative formulas, such as meron tayong derivative of a constant, derivative of power, derivative of a sum, derivative of a product, and derivative of a quotient. And syempre, meron din tayong tinatawag na chain rule. Meron din tayong general power formula. At meron din tayong higher derivatives o yung pagkuha ng mga differentiation na mas mataas pa sa first derivative. Okay, so dito yung pagkuha natin ng second derivative, third derivative, and so on and so forth. So ngayon, ang i-discuss natin na differentiation formula ay tinatawag natin na implicit differentiation. Okay, so sa implicit differentiation, dinidifferentiate natin yung x and y except that it follows y prime upon differentiating the variable y. So, example ng equation na yon is ito, na kung saan if x cubed plus y to the fifth minus 5xy is equal to 0, so find dy over dx or tinatawag natin na y prime. Okay? So, sa ganitong equation, hanapin daw natin ang y prime. So, lahat ng ito ay pag-aaralan natin dito sa ating tutorial. Pero, before tayo mag-start, don't forget to like this video and click the subscribe button para ma-notify kayo sa mga next videos. So, let's get started. Okay, so let's talk about muna kung ano ba yung basic ng implicit differentiation. So sa implicit differentiation, the equation y is equal to f of x is defined explicitly in terms of x. So example niyan ay yung y is equal to x squared or y is equal to ax plus b or y is equal to square root of x. Okay? So, take note na hindi lahat ng functions ay defined explicitly. So, example dyan is yung x to the fourth minus x cubed minus x is equal to y minus 2y raised to 4 plus 5. It's not easily solved for y in terms of x. So, ano ba kasi itong equation na to? So, equation na to is tinatawag naman na implicit function. Okay? So, ano ba itong implicit function? Implicit function is a function with multiple variables, and one of the variables is a function of the other set of variables. A function f of x and y is equal to 0 such that it is a function of xy expressed as an equation with the variables on one side. Also, a function f of x, y, and z is equal to 0 such that one variable is dependent on the other two variables and equalized to 0. Okay? So, sa madaling salita, ang pinagkaiba ng explicit at implicit is ang explicit ay clearly stated or expressed. So, mas tinitingnan natin o mas pinapaliwanag o binibigyang expression agad yung mismong equation mo. Katulad dito sa ating example, na kung saan si y ay inexpress niya in terms of x. And dito, sa second equation, yung y din inexpress niya in terms of x, wherein yung a at b ay constant. Ganon din sa pangatlong equation natin. So, ine-express niya to clearly o ini-state niya ito clearly. While yung implicit, hindi niya ito ine-express clearly or hindi niya ito ini-state directly. Okay? So, ayun ang pinagkaiba ng explicit at implicit. Okay? So, ano pa? So, if a function f of x and y is equal to 0 is a combination of x and y where y cannot be solved in terms of x nor x in terms of y, then we can get the derivative of f of x and y is equal to 0 by implicit differentiation. So, dito daw, kapag hindi daw natin directly ina-express yung y natin in terms of x, okay? So, pwede natin sila i-differentiate. So, ang tawag doon is implicit differentiation. So, para makuha mo yung value ng y mo. Okay? So, itong implicit differentiation, it follows the usual differentiation for x and y except that it follows y prime upon differentiating the variable y. So, ito ang rule. So, differentiate each term of f of x and y is equal to 0 with respect to x, bearing in mind that y is a function of x. Example is y prime follows when the variable y is differentiated. Okay? So, ito yung mga different properties ng implicit function. So, the following are some of the important properties of implicit function, which are helpful in a better understanding of this function. So first, the implicit function cannot be expressed in the form of y is equal to f of x. Kasi itong function na to is explicit function. So directly nga ine-express yung y in terms of x. Next, the implicit function is always represented as a combination of variables as f of x and y is equal to 0. Ngayon, kapag 3 variables siya, so combination siya ng variables as f of x, y, and z is equal to 0. Next, the implicit function is a nonlinear function with many variables. The implicit function is written both in terms of the dependent variable and independent variable. And the vertical line drawn through the graph of an implicit function cuts it across more than one point. Okay, so ito yung different properties ng implicit function. Okay, so para mas mabilis natin mag-gets o maintindihan kung paano ba sinisolve o dinidifferentiate ang implicit function, so dako tayo sa ating first example. So, paano kung ito yung ating equation? Okay, so sabi sa equation natin, if x squared plus 4xy plus y squared is equal to 5, find dy over dx. So, itong dy over dx, so equivalent din yun sa y prime. Okay? So, sa pag-differentiate ng implicit, so ito masasabi mo implicit kasi hindi siya directly in-state yung y natin in terms of x. Okay? Kasi itong part na to is magkasama yung x and y. Okay? So, kapag ganito yung nakita natin equation, so ganito yung pag-differentiate dyan. So, una, so papansin nyo na hinati ito sa bawat operation. So, meron tayong plus at plus. So, 3 term siya. Okay, so therefore, term by term natin siya i-differentiate. So, dito mo tayo sa first term. So, differentiate ng x squared is normal na 2x. Okay? So, plus. So, since na product sila, okay? So, ilabas na natin yung constant. So, parang ganito magiging tsura. Okay? So, ito, hindi pa natin ito dinidifferentiate. So, iwan mo natin siya dyan. Then, differentiate natin to. So, kapag dinifferentiate mo to, magiging 2y yan. Pero, kailangan mo siyang lagyan pa ng y prime. Kasi, i-differentiate mo pa itong y mismo. Okay, so ang differentiate ng y is y prime is equal to differentiate ng constant is 0. Okay, so next, ito naman ang i-differentiate natin. So, since na product sila, so copy mo natin si 4. Okay, then si x mo ang iwan natin, then differentiate natin si y. So, differentiate ng y is y prime plus, then si y naman yung iwan natin, then differentiate ng x is 1. Okay, so yun na yun. So, combine natin. So, 2x plus 4 x y prime plus y plus 2y y prime is equal to 0. So, mapapansin nyo na lahat sila is divisible by 2. So, pwede nyong ilabas yung 2 or i-divide nyo sila lahat sa 2. So, kapag dinivide nyo sa 2 yan, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Siyempre, dito rin, divide by 2. So, cancel na to. So, matitira dito is x plus 2. So, i-distribute na natin. Okay, so distribute natin. Magiging 2xy prime plus 2y plus, cancel na to. So, y prime is equal to 0. Okay, so next, pagsamahin natin yung similar term. So, ito, pagsasamahin natin kasi similar sila ng y prime. Okay, then yung the rest, ilipat natin sa kabilang side. So, sulat natin 2xy prime plus y prime is equal to yung x, lipat natin sa kabila, magiging negative x. Yung 2y, lipat natin sa kabila, magiging minus 2y. Okay? So, ngayon, factor out natin yung y prime. So, magiging y prime times, so 2x na lang to, plus y na lang yun. Para pag dinistribute natin, magiging 2xy prime plus y prime is equal to, labas natin yung negative, so magiging x plus 2y. Okay? So, divide natin sila ng 2x plus y kasi iwan natin mag-isa yung y prime. So, magiging 2x plus y. So, therefore, ang final answer natin is y prime is equal to negative x plus 2y over 2x plus y. Okay? So, ayun ang y prime or yung hinahanap na dy over dx. Okay? So, next. So, paano naman kapag ito yung equation? So, if x squared plus y squared is equal to 2xy, find dy over dx. So, halos same lang din yan nung first equation natin. O first example natin. So, since na by term sila, so differentiate natin sila by term. Okay? So, unahin natin itong part na to. Then ito, and then yung pangatlo. Okay? So, ito muna. So, differentiate ng x squared is 2x. Plus, differentiate ng y squared is, parang ginawa lang din nasa 2x. So, magiging 2y. Pero, di-differentiate mo itong y. Okay? Kaya siya naging y prime. Okay? Then, equals. So, same lang din to ng first equation natin. So, labas mo natin yung 2. Then, iwan mo natin sa x. Then, i-differentiate natin si y. So, magiging y prime. Plus, si y naman ang iwan natin. Then, differentiate ng x is 1. Okay? So, next. Since na divisible yung tatlong term natin sa 2, so divide natin lahat sa 2. Okay? So, cancel na yun. Matitira dito is x plus y prime. This is equal to x, y prime plus y. Okay? Then, pagsamahin natin yung similar terms. So, ito yun. Kasi sila yung pares may y prime. So, lipat tayo sa kabila. Magiging y prime minus x, y prime is equal to, so, y na lang. Then, yung x na to, lipat na sa kabilang side, magiging minus x. Okay? Then, factor out natin yung y prime. So, magiging y prime. So, matitira dito is y minus x. Tama? So, check natin. So, y prime y minus xy prime. So, tama yung pag-factor natin. Is equal to y minus x. Then, divide natin both side by y minus x. So, para maiwan natin nag-iisa yung y prime. So, therefore, naiwan dito is y prime is equal to, so, since na yung numerator natin at denominator natin is similar o parehas, so, parang dinivide mo lang sila sa sarili nila. Kaya naman, divided by itself, so, magiging 1. Okay? So, therefore, ang sagot natin ng y prime or yung tinatawag natin na dy over dx ay 1. Okay? So, paano naman kung ganito yung equation mo? So, halos same lang ito nung second example natin. So, si A, i-assume natin siya as constant. Okay? So, therefore, parang kanina lang yan. So, differentiate natin yung x squared. So, magiging 2x plus 2y y prime. Okay? So, 2y, normal differentiation, pero i-differentiate mo pa itong y. So, sa x, hindi na. Kapag differentiate mo yung x squared, magiging 2x lang yan. Pwede mo rin siya differentiate pa, kasi pag differentiate mo siya, 1 na rin yun, di ba? So, parang magiging 2x times 1. So, parang 2x lang din. Okay? So, kaya hindi natin siya ganong binibigyan pansin, si x. So, doon lang tayo kay y. Is equal to a squared is, since na yung a is constant, okay, so, lalabas yan ay 0. Okay? So, since na yung 2 terms natin is divisible by 2, so, divide natin both side by 2. So, matitira is x plus y prime is equal to 0. So, iwan natin nag-iisa yung y prime dito sa left side. So, mangyayari, y prime, yung x lipat natin sa kabilang side, magiging minus x. Okay? So, divide by y. So, matitira is y prime is equal to negative x over y. Take note na itong y prime is dy over dx lang yan. Okay? So, ang hinahanap natin is second derivative. Okay? O yung d squared y over dx squared. So, therefore, i-differentiate pa natin itong nakuha nating first derivative. Okay? So, next. So, mangyari, so si y prime, pag dinerivative mo, is magiging y double prime. Okay? So, equals, so kapag quotient yung rule natin, pag differentiate, so gagawin dyan, so since na negative yan, so negative lang din natin. Okay? So, next, gawin natin si y, as is natin, copy lang natin, then i-differentiate natin yung numerator. So, differentiate ng x is 1. Okay? Then, minus, okay, so, si x naman yung iwan natin, then differentiate natin yung denominator, which is y. So, differentiate ng y is y prime. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin sa denominator, squared mo lang yan. So, mangyari, y squared. So, paano kung ang denominator mo is y squared? So, kapag in-squared mo pa yun, magiging y raised to 4. Okay? So, next. So, i-simplify natin. O, ayusin pa natin. So, mangyayari. So, negative. So, gawin natin siyang ganito. Magiging y minus x times negative x over y. Okay? Then, multiplied by 1 over y squared. Okay? So, same lang, di ba? Okay. So, same lang yan. Okay, bakit? Kasi di ba si y prime, mayroon tayong minus x over y. Okay, so pinalitan lang natin siya. Okay? So, simplify pa natin. So, mangyari, minus, so y plus x squared over y. Tama? So, multiplied by 1 over y squared. Okay, so ito is cross multiply. Mangyari, minus y squared plus x squared over y multiplied by 1 over y squared. Okay? Then, ang magiging final answer natin is minus y squared plus x squared over y cubed. Okay? So, therefore, ang nakuha nating y double prime or tatawag natin ng d squared y over dx squared ay negative y squared plus x squared over y cubed. So, ayun ang final answer natin. Okay, so hindi siya naka in terms of y prime. So, wala tayong nakita y prime dito. Kundi, in terms lang siya ng y at x. Okay? So, next. Paano naman kung ito yung equation? So, naka-fractional form yung exponent. So, same lang yan nung previous nating example. Okay? So, dito, ang gawin natin, so, since naka-exponent siya, naka-power, so, power formula gagamitin natin. Na kung saan, itong exponent is ibababa lang natin, then ima-minus natin siya ng 1. Okay? So, try natin. So, mangyari, magiging 2/3 x, then 2/3 minus 1 is minus 1/3. Okay? Then, ito naman, halos same lang din, plus 2/3 y, then minus 1 natin. Okay, so same lang din na minus 1/3. Okay, so pero, lalagyan natin siya ng differentiate na y prime. Okay, and then, since na yung a natin is constant, then kahit may exponent din ng kung ano pa man, kung ilan pa man, so still pag dinifferentiate natin yon is 0. Okay? Then kapag iniwan natin mag-isa yung y prime, o kinuha natin yung solution ng y prime, so lipat natin tong part na to sa kabilang side, so maiwan is 2/3 y minus 1 over 3 y prime is equal to negative 2/3 x raised to 1/3. Then divide both sides by 2/3 y raised to negative 1/3 both sides. Okay, then cancel na to. So, maiiwan is y prime is equal to, so 2/3 divided by 2/3, cancel na yan. Okay, so therefore, ang natira sa atin sa y prime is negative x raised to 1/3 over y raised to negative 1/3. Okay? So, para mawala siya ng negative yung exponent natin, so, pagbabalik rin natin sila. So, si x, since na naka-negative yung exponent niya, pag binaba natin, magiging positive siya. Then si y naman, since naka-negative yung exponent, pag tinaas natin, magiging positive siya. So therefore, equal lang siya dito. So negative y raised to 1/3 over x raised to 1/3. Okay? Pero, ang hinahanap kasi natin is d squared over dx squared. O yung tinatawag natin na y double prime. So, ibig sabihin, i-differentiate natin to. Okay? So, differentiate ng y prime is y double prime is equal to, so, sulat pa rin natin negative. Okay? So, una muna sa denominator, ito pala tayo, no? So, sige, ito na lang. Continue natin to. So, 1/3. Okay? So, differentiate ng numerator natin. So, nangyari, minus 1/3 x. Okay, 1/3 minus 1. So, minus 4/3. Okay? So, minus, sa numerator naman yung copy lang natin. So, x raised to 1/3. Okay? Then, differentiate ng denominator, which is ito yun. So, differentiate ng denominator natin is negative 1/3 y, negative 4/3. Okay? Then, y prime. Then, squared natin yung denominator. So, mangyari, y raised to negative 1/3 squared. Okay? So, next. So, si y prime, palitan natin ito. Okay? So, matitira, ang mangyari is negative 1/3 x raised to negative 4/3 y raised to negative 1/3 minus, pero nakamultiply siya ng negative 1/3, so magiging plus na yan. Tama? So plus 1/3 x raised to negative 1/3 y raised to negative 4/3. Then yung y prime natin is ito. Okay? Multiplied by negative x raised to negative 1/3 over y raised to negative 1/3 divided by, so squared na to, no? So magiging y is to negative 2/3. Okay? So next, pagsamahin natin itong part na to. So mangyari, negative 1/3 x raised to negative 4/3 y raised to negative 1/3. Okay, so plus times negative, so magiging minus ulit siya, magiging 1/3. Okay, x raised to 1/3, then x raised to 1/3 ulit, then y raised to negative 4/3 over ito. Okay, so over y raised to negative 1/3 over yung y raised to negative 2/3. Okay, so next, mangyari, copy ulit natin, or, so ang gagawin natin, pagsasamahin natin to. Okay, di-divide natin to. So, minus 1/3 x raised to negative 4/3 y raised to negative 1/3 minus 1/3. So, pag pinagsama natin to, magiging x raised to negative 2/3. Then, ito naman, pag pinag-divide natin, magiging y. So, since na ito, pag inangat mo, okay, so magiging negative 4/3 plus 1/3. So, matitira is negative 3/3 or negative 1. Tama? So, divide by y is to negative 1/3. Okay? So, divide natin sila per term. So, itong part na to, pag dinivide mo dito, so magiging negative, okay? So, minus 1/3 x raised to negative 4/3. Okay? Then, itong pag pinag-divide natin is negative 1/3 plus 1/3. So, magiging raised to 0. Tama? Okay? Then, minus 1/3 ulit. Then, x raised to negative 2/3. Then, ito naman. So, sabihin natin negative 3/3 plus 1/3. So, matitira, y raised to negative 2/3. Tama? So, ito na yun. So, ang y raised to 0 natin is 1. So, itong part na to, multiply sa 1 is parang ito na lang din. Tama? Ilan din yun. So, itong negative, i-distribute na natin sa loob. Okay, so, mangyari, so, dito tayo. So, y double prime is equal to, magiging 1/3 na siya, x raised to negative 4/3. Okay, then, plus 1/3 ulit, x raised to negative 2/3. Y raised to negative 2/3 din. Okay, then, papansin nyo, pwede natin i-factor out yung 1/3 times x raised to negative 2/3. Tama? So, mangyari, pwede naman natin ibaba ito no? Para maging positive yung exponent. So, mangyari is 1/3 x 2/3. Okay? So, finactor out natin yan. So, ilan na lang matitira dito? So, matitira dito, sa part na to is x squared. Okay? So, since naka-negative siya, so negative 2. Okay? So, para kapag dinistribute natin to, so let's say ito is iangat natin, magiging x raised to negative 2/3. Okay? So, minus 2/3. So, para kapag distribute natin to, so let's say itong x raised to 2/3, kapag nilipitan sa taas, magiging x raised to negative 2/3. So, since na pag pinag-multiply mo yung dalawang like term, so pag-addin mo lang yung exponent, so magiging negative 2/3 plus minus 2/3. Or, equivalent nun is x raised to negative 4/3. Okay? So, next. So, dito naman, sa part na to, since na ito is binaba mo, okay, so matitira dito is ito. So, plus y raised to negative 2/3. Okay? So, gawin natin, ibaba natin to para mawala yung negative sign. So, mangyari, 1 over 3 x raised to 2/3 times 1 over x raised to 2/3 na lang. Tama? Plus 1 over y raised to 2/3 na lang din. So, positive na yung exponent. So, kapag pinerform natin yan, o mas sinimplify pa natin, magiging 1 over 3x raised to 2/3 times cross multiply natin. So, ang nangyari is y raised to 2/3 plus x raised to 2/3 over, so product ng dalawa, x raised to 2/3 y raised to 2/3. Okay? So, pansin nyo, ito, equal din sa given natin na ang equivalent niya is a raised to 2/3. Okay? So, mangyari, 1 over 3x raised to 2/3 times a raised to 2/3. Okay? Over x raised to 2/3 y raised to 2/3. Okay, then simplify na natin. So, matitira is a raised to 2/3 over, so magiging 3. Then, itong x raised to 2/3 times x raised to 2/3 is x raised to 4/3. Then, y raised to 4/3. Okay? So, therefore, yung y double prime natin, o yung tatawag natin na d squared y over dx squared is a raised to 2/3 over 3 times x raised to 4/3 y raised to 2/3. Okay? So, ito yung final answer natin. Okay? So, in this video, dito muna natin tatapusin yung ating first part ng implicit differentiation. So, sa next video natin, din natin pagpapatuloy yung iba pang equation o iba pang example sa pagkuha natin ng implicit differentiation. So, doon, sa next video natin, so matatakil natin yung pagkuha ng slope of the curve or yung pagkuha rin ng slope of the tangent line. Okay? So, lahat yon is using implicit differentiation. So, kaya naman, stay tuned lang sa ating channel. Okay? So, maraming salamat.